Introduction to Vortex Math. So I had been made aware of quote Vortex Math (VM) or otherwise known as quote Vortex-based mathematics (VBM) several years ago, but I had suspected people were too overly focused on patterns of numbers rather than any actual explanation. Furthermore, the claims made by some regarding VM, I'll use this notation throughout this video just because the VBM is used by others, but it's a bit longer. I'll just stick to VM so that it's MES convention. So I'll use this notation throughout this video. So the claims are quote a bit far-fetched to say the least. In this video, I will focus mainly on the patterns claimed to be, quote, divine, and will seek to explain each one by generalizing them to arbitrary number systems, essentially vortex math, and this video in particular will be my first deep dive into, quote, number theory. So here's from the mainstream explanation of number theory from Wikipedia. So number theory or arithmetic or high arithmetic in older usage is a branch of pure mathematics devoted primarily to the study of integers and integer-valued functions. German mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss from 1777 to 1855 said, "Mathematics is the queen of the sciences, and number theory is the queen of mathematics." Very, very interesting. Number theorists study prime numbers as well as the properties of objects made out of integers, for example, rational numbers, or defined as generalizations of the integers, for example, algebraic integers. And going further, the older term for number theory is arithmetic. By the early 20th century, it had been superseded by, quote, number theory. Note that, quote, integers are whole numbers such as 3, 4, 0, negative 11, etc. So it includes negative numbers. And quote, arithmetic, arithmetic in general refers to, I spelled that wrong, so refers to the basic operations of addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. And basically, so number theory is going to be dealing with integers of integer arithmetic with these whole numbers and basic addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and so on. So let's go further. So Marko Rodin's claims and discoveries, or claims and claim of discovery, and so on. So Marko Rodin claims to have discovered the, quote, mathematical fingerprint of God by converting the name of God in the Baha'i religion, which is Abha, into numbers. Yes, and here's an explanation from Marko Rodin's one of many defunct or no longer existing websites, and there's a whole lot of them. I don't know why he keeps removing them. Anyways, so this is from archived page from October 2nd, 2009, some rodin.freelancepartnership.com, and go to this introduction of Rodin, Coil, and Vortex-based mathematics. So Marko studied all the world's great religions. He decided to take the most great name of Bahaullah. Actually, I think it's pronounced Bahaullah. Yes, I think that's correct. So prophet of the Baha'i Faith, which is Abha, or Abha. Or actually, I think it's pronounced Abha. So yes, I just saw it from here. Interesting. In many of my videos, I've been asked to figure out how to pronounce words before I make the videos. So that's trying to do that right now. So Abha, okay, and then he converted it into numbers. He did this in an effort to discover the true, precise, mystical intonation of the most great name of God. And intonation is the it's the pitch or the rise and fall of the voice in speaking, and so on. Or basically, the precise sound of the most great name of God. Since the Baha'i sacred scripture was originally written in Persian and Arabic, Marko used the Abjad numerical notation system for this letter-to-number translation. This was a sacred system of allocating a unique numerical value to each letter of the 27 letters of the alphabet, so that the secret quantum mechanic physics could be encoded into words. What Marko discovered was that A equals 1, B equals 2, H equals 5, and A equals 1. These add up to 9, so these all equal 9. The fact that the most great name of God equaled 9 seemed very important to him, as everything he had read in both the Baha'i scriptures and other religious texts spoke of 9 being the omni-potent number. So next he drew out a circle with 9 on top and 1 through 8 going around the circle clockwise. He then discovered a very intriguing number system within this pattern, within the circle. Marko knew he had stumbled upon something very profound. The circle with its hidden number sequence was the, quote, symbol of enlightenment. This is the mathematical fingerprint of God. So Marko uses the, quote, Abjad numerical number system rather than the conventional English alphabet numerology, as well as a bunch of divine words and so on. Yeah, so if we go to Wikipedia just for the mainstream of the Abjad numerals, so we have here, this is value 1 is going to be the letter A or the Aleph, and then number 2 is the B, which is Abha, and then if you go to the 5th letter, we have H, so we have the Abha, so A-B-H-A, so we get A, this is A, and then we get B, H, and then go back there, so this, then back to there. Yes, and this A could also be this other little symbol there, and yeah, so basically from these numerical count of the Abjad numerical slash letter system, we get so we get the Abha into numbers, which is 1, 2, 5, 1, and then equals 9. So yes, continue further. Right, so going further, so the Abha 1-2-5-1 pattern represents the start and end of a typical cycle of doubling and adding the digits of the sum until a single digit is achieved. So 1 doubles to 2, and that's a single digit, so we stop there. 2 doubles to 4, so we stop there. 4 doubles to 8. Now here we have 8 doubles to 16, which sums to 7. So we have 1 plus 6 is 7. So yeah, just go 1 plus 6 equals 7. So we have that, and then we have 16 doubles to 32, and then which sums to 5, so 3 plus 2 is 5. Note that we could also go from here. We could also double this one, 7. So instead of doing this one, we could just double this one. 7 doubles to 14, which sums to 5, same thing. And also we have, so then this number here, so we always take and double and then sum it up. So 32 doubles to 64, which sums to 10. So 6 plus 4 is 10, which sums to 1. So we have 1 digit. But we could also have done this one. We could also have done 5 times 2 is 10, and that sums to this. So yeah, so we could do either or, and that's going to be very, very important as we get further into this video. So note 5 doubles to 10, which sums to 1. So the cycle and the resulting pattern, we get this 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, and goes back to 1. So the resulting pattern 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 repeats indefinitely. So it just continues forever. And so the numbers 3 and 6 oscillates when doubling. Again, this is all from his website there. And you can have a read when you want to build for the full website. But anyways, going further, so we have here, so the numbers 3 and 6 oscillate when doubling. So 3 doubles to 6, 6 doubles to 1, 2, or to 12, which sums to 3, and then 12 doubles to 24, which sums to 6, and then 24 doubles to 48, which sums to, sums to 12, so 4 plus, let's go 4 plus 8, this equals to 12, and then this equals to, let's put an arrow. Actually, no, this doesn't equal. It's not the vortex sum. So 4 plus 8 equals to 12. And then this breaks down to 1 plus 2 equals to 3. So yeah, which sums to 3 over there. So the cycle and resulting pattern of 3, 6, 3, 6, and on repeats indefinitely. And then also now going over to the number 9, the omnipotent, super powerful number 9, doubles to itself always. 9 doubles to 18, which sums to 9. 18 doubles to 36, which sums to 9. 36 doubles to 72, so 7 plus 2 is 9, and so on. So the cycle and resulting pattern of 999 repeats indefinitely. So these doubling sequences are essentially the bulk of the vortex, vortex math, or just put of vortex math, and they, along with other patterns, are shown in Rodin's website. So we have here, so a link to images from here. So we have doubling patterns. So we have 1, 2. If you draw it on the circle, we're 9 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 5. This would be 6. This is 7, and that's 8, like that. So we have 1 doubles to 2. Actually, I'll draw it in red. So we have the 9 there. So we have 1 doubles to 2, 2 doubles to 4. And then 4 doubles to 8 all the way up top, like that. And then 8 doubles to 7, because 8 times 2 is 16. So that's let's go over here. So 8 doubles 16, which sums to 7. And then goes over here. 7 is just, yeah, the 16 or 7. And then the 16 doubles to 32, which is 5. So it goes like that. And 32 goes all the way up here. So then it just repeats non-stop. And here I'll just erase these just because it's already pretty clear like that. So yeah, this is just going to be 5. This is 7. So yes, it just goes on and on. Put some arrows like that. Arrows, 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 indicating direction. Goes up and down. Yeah, so that's the doubling sequence. And then you could, yeah, it keeps going on for more and more numbers. So 32 doubles to 64. And that goes to 1. Big doubles here. Goes here. And it goes up. Like that, and so on. Just keeps going on in a loop like that. In a quote lazy infinity, which is often referred to. And also you have this triangle there, the 3 6 3, 3 6 9 there, and this goes back and forth like that, and so on. Anyways, going further, so halving maintains a pattern as well, but in the reverse direction. So if we have 1 over, yes, we have 1 like this. So 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, and then this sums up to 5. If we ignore the 0 and decimal, so we just ignore those, it's going to be 5, and then this 5 right here, let's put the, this goes backwards, notice this 1 divided by 2 goes here, and then 5 divided, 0.5 divided by 2 is 0.25, goes up like that, and this is going to be 7, 2 plus 5 is 7, and then this goes, yeah, so this is just a doubling pattern, but in reverse, so 0.25 halves into 0.125, which is 1 plus 2 plus 5 is 8, and this goes all divide that goes all the way down here. Sum these up. It's going to be 6 to 5. Yes, 6 plus 2 is 8. Yeah, 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 5. So we have 8 plus 5. It goes 8 plus 5. This is going to be equals to 13. Let's put an arrow so they don't actually equal. Here's reworded that a bit better. So 6 plus 2, which is 8 plus 5, is going to be 13. And then 13 sums to 1 plus 3 is 4. Like that. And this goes all the way up across there. So 3, you could also just double check. This should sum up to 2. So it's going to be a 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5. This is going to be 4 plus 2 is going to be, 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 5, so this equals to 11. And that sums up to to 2. So this goes to 2, like that. Yeah, so it basically goes backwards, goes here, and then this all the way goes over to this side. Sum these up, it's going to be 1, and then it keeps on going and going. So it's going to be backwards like this, the other way around, and so on. And now, if we take the powers of 10 here, so the powers of 10, they are basically the parts that we ignored here. So this is 0.5, that's just going to be 5 divided by 10. So there's a 10 there. This one is 125. To get the full number, you have to divide this one out by 1,000. That's this 1,000 right there. This one is the 100th decimal place, or the, just go back here, 1020, so that's the 100th of that. And basically you multiply this to get this to a whole number. And then we get this 10 goes up to here, goes up to there, goes down, and so on. And then we also have this 1, this is going to be 1 million, this is going to be 1,000, then this is going to be 100, this is going to be 100,000, this is going to be 10, this is going to be 10, and this is going to be 10, this is going to be 10,000, and this one here is going to be 10, what's that, billion, I think? So 10 billion is 10 million. So all the 10s line up. So 100, 1, 1, so 1 billion, 1 million, and so on. So we have this pattern of it's always lining up like that. So yes, very good circling by me. Anyways, so note that the quote powers of 10 are the amount needed to multiply the halving results to get a whole number. So 1 times 1 is just 1. That's this part right here. 0.5 times 10 is 5. 0.25 times 100 is 25. 0.125 times 1,000 is 125. Then we have 0.0625 times 10,000 is 625. And then 0.03125 times 100,000 is going to be, well, 3,125. And again, the number of zeros is going to be 5 zeros. It's going to be 1 decimal place, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 ways across there. So let's keep that there. So yes. And that just indicates the decimal place, how many zeros you shift to the right. So, and now here's the doubling sequence. Yeah, extended to very large number. The numbers on the left, horizontal addition result on the right. Note how the 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 number pattern repeats indefinitely. So we have here, doesn't matter the size of the number, it's always going to get this 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 when you sum up the digits. This all the way across here, 7, 5, and then this is going to be repeating always. So you're going to have this right here, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. So this repeats, and then you have another, let's get to the 5, like that. And now we have this 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 all the way up across here. And as you can see, it doesn't matter what the numbers is, you could try it yourself and sum those up. It will always get to this exact pattern. So yes, you could always go there. This is going to be another like that. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, and then 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. And so on. It keeps going on and on. Just keeps going on. Yeah, so furthermore, Rodin reframes the classical Yin Yang symbol or Yin Yang duality symbol. Duality. Or actually, I'll just keep that like that because I already wrote it here. So Rodin reframes the classical Yin Yang symbol as a trinity of 3, 6, 9 instead of the usual duality. So we have this, it's usually viewed as a duality, but if you consider the 9 as in between. Alright, so now going further, the doubling 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 pattern, when made going one way and another going in reverse direction, interspaced with another 3, 9, 6, 6, 9, 3 pattern, creates a blueprint for the torus. And so what do we have here? So 1, 2 doubles this way, doubles. And then if you have the doubling or halving the other way, so now we have this 1, 2 going this way. This is going to be doubling like that, or halving the other reverse. Remember, halving, doubling are the reverse. And now we have this 3, 9, 6, 6, 9, 3 pattern, like that. And then interspace that in between every single one. So, yeah, so I'll just highlight that right here. So there's that 3, 9, 6, 6, 9, 3. And then let's click this arrow. So now we have, yeah, so that's the 3, 9, 6, 6, 9, 3. Now the doubling interspaces as well. So here, so 1, 2, 4, 8. Doubling this way, and then reverse back all the way there, like that. So this is going to be doubling. Or actually, I'll just put the all arrows here. So this is going to be doubling, like that. Yes, put it like that. Doubling right here. So 1, 2, 4, 8. Yes, right here. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. It's going to be doubling, and so on. So I'll just write this down, just for completeness. So doubling, then this is going to be the reverse doubling. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. This is going to be doubling. Again, this is from Marko Rodin's website. When I cover this in part 2, it's going to be much more clear. It's going to be doubling like that. And let's just interspace, put this yellow there. It's going to be this interspaced like that. Interspaced like that, the 3, 9, 6, 6, 9, 3, and also in reverse, relative reverse direction, but it's hard to see that here. And yeah, this is supposed to be in a diamond grid because it's hard to see. The other pattern that arises here is that you'll notice that if you go across here, let's look at this, 1, 2, so we have this this count right here. If you go all the way, let's just pick a number here, so from here, 1, 2, actually I'll just highlight that. So we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way across like that. And here it's made this green a bit smaller. So yeah, we have this 1, 2, 3. So it counts all the way to 1 and resets again, which is very, very interesting. And then if you go further, it starts doing that as well here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that, and so on. And at the same time, you also have it in the reverse direction. So we have this 1, 2, I'll put this in blue. Yes, reverse direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way. And it just keeps going and then repeats on this other side there. And where it's interspersed with... Actually, no, the interspacing is only on this vertical side here. Because again, it's supposed to be in diamonds. But nonetheless, pretty interesting. So now this is going to be... This alternates back and forth. So the blue is going to be on this one. This is counting 1, 2, 3, like that, all the way across here, and then in between that is going to be the green. And yeah, so the green is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'll just put this in red. Like this is going to be... Well, I'll just put that in green actually. This is going to be 1, to 9, and then this is going to be on the other side. Yeah, so 1 to 9, all the greens, and the blue is going to be, this right here is going to be 9 to 1, etc. So again, yeah, this is a bit rough right here. Yeah, it's a bit rough, but this is just what I'm working with, because I'm using it from his website, just copy and paste it and deal with that. But again, in my later video, I'll make it much more simpler. And here I also made this highlight a bit thinner, the thickness, so that it's a bit better lines up. So yes, basically those are the main patterns that arise. There's about a bunch of, as well as a bunch of other diamond shapes in there, but it needs to be in a diamond. So anyways, let's go further. So yeah, so these patterns always go adds 1 to 9 and then alternates a 9 to 1. And so on, and this is the doubling from this side. Doubling goes back and forth, and then there's always this interspaced 396, 693, etc. So 396, 693, and so on. And also note that the above grid is supposed to be in a diamond grid, but but I guess yes, most spreadsheets are default in a square or rectangle, etc. So you'll need to adjust those manually. So anyways, going further, so Rodin claims that the resulting torus demonstrates the winding of a coil. So we have a coil like this, and then if you just wrap this around into a torus, I'll explain this in a later video, then you're going to get a windings that looks like this, where you can see there's a doubling pattern all the way across here. Yeah, so we have this doubling pattern, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. This is 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. And we also have it in the reverse direction, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. And notice how the increments, let's see where they're supposed to add up incrementally. Yeah, so these are going to be 1, 2, 3. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. And then the opposite is going to be, where's the opposite here? 6, 7, 8. No, it's actually over here. It's actually here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it goes in and out, 1 to 9, and then 9 to 1, etc., going outwards. And yeah, so let's put it like this: 1, 2. This is going to be extending 1 to 9, and then alternates with 9 to 1. I'll just leave that for a future video. But yeah, so the windings based on the doubling patterns in and out, or reverse and forward direction, and then you also have the increments 1 to 9 in and out from the center part right here. And yeah, so those are the windings that you can make of a coil. And you could design it according to these numerology. So the number 9, according to Marko Rodin, continues further. And the 9 demonstrates the omni-dimension, which is the higher dimensional flux emanation called spirit that always occurs within the center of the magnetic field line. Okay. Anyways, apologies for the laughter. I'm just trying to... Yeah, I'm just trying to follow along, but again, he jumps into different topics without explaining or defining each term and why he's doing so. So anyways, so it always occurs within the center of the magnetic field lines, discussing the coil and the windings. So the last number, the last number left to be explained from the mathematical fingerprint of God is the number 9. The number 9 is energy being manifested in a single moment event of occurrence in our physical world of creation. So yes. It is unique because it is the focal center by being the only number identifying with a vertical upright axis. It is a singularity or the primal point of unity. The number 9 never changes and is linear. For example, all multiples of 9 equals 9. 9 times 1 equals 9. 9 times 2 is 18, but 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27, but 2 plus 7 is 9. This is because it is emanating in a straight line from the center of mass out of the nucleus of every atom and from out of the singularity of a black hole. It is complete, revealing perfection, and has no parity because it is always equal. It always equals itself. The number 9 is the missing particle in the universe, known as dark matter. Anyways, apologies again. So Rodin states that the number 9 emanates from the center point of the hexagonal infinity symbol, which is off-center from the global circle, linearly in all directions, and emanates the universe, or animates the universe. So the number 9 lines up with the center of the infinity symbol, and it is from the center that the linear emanations we call spirit emanate from the center of mass outwards. So there's that the number 0 or the... Or is the off center? The off center. All right, here I just erased it. Yeah, so this is the off-center point where the 9 emanates from. From this center that the linear emanations we call spirit emanate from the center of mass outwards. There's the infinity symbol, the hexagonal lazy infinity symbol, and the number line lines up with the center. So you have this number 9 like that, and it lines up with the center there. And it is from this center that the linear emanations we call spirit emanate from the center of mass outwards. Spirit is the only thing in the universe that moves in a straight line. Spirit is the inertia, the inertia ether or aether that Einstein postulated. Spirit is what makes everything else warp and curve around it. The perfect number patterns are actually created by the spirit energy. Without spirit, the universe would become destitute and void. Spirit flow is the source of all movement, as well as the source of the non-decaying spin of the electron. All right. So yes, it's a pretty cool imagery right here. But yes, it's a mouthful right here, tying in all these different physics concepts and so on. So yeah, and going further, so another pattern shown is that incrementing the 1, 2, 4 numbers by themselves and summing the digits mirror the 8, 7, 5 numbers, doing that to themselves as well. The corresponding pairs 1 and 8, 2 and 7, and 4 and 5 are called polar number pairs. So if you have here, so 1 plus 2 is 1 plus 1 is 2, so just plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and then this is going to be another plus 1 is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is going to be just plus 1. And then it goes back to starting to number 1. That's the pattern. This one here, 8 plus 8 is going to be 16. So 8 plus 8 is 16. And then this is going to go into 1 plus 6 is 7. Yeah, this is going to be 7. So it goes to 7 and it keeps going on and on. And then in fact, this is going to be, it looks like, yeah, this is going to be a minus 1. So here is going to be plus 2. Same thing, 2, 4, 6, 8, it goes plus 2. This one right here, 7 plus 7 is 14, which is 1 plus 4 is 5. So this is going to be a minus 2. In fact, you can include the 9 here. So if this is 8 plus 9, and this goes to 9, you didn't mention this one. But yeah, so 8 plus 1 goes to 9, then plus 1. So it basically is a continuous loop. So 7 plus 2 is going to be 9, and then 9 plus 2 is going to be, well, 1 plus 1, 2. This is going to be 2. So this would be a continuous loop like this, or reverse. It's going to be positive this way, or negative 2 this way. And same with that above there. And likewise over here on the 4, we have 4 plus 4 is 8. It's going to be plus 4, then plus 8 plus 4. Yeah, it's 12, and then 12 is just going to be 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3 is going to be plus 4, and then going backwards this way, it's going to be minus 4. So 5 plus 5 is 1, or 5 minus 1 is 4. It's going to be minus 4. And you can also include the 9 here. So 5 plus 4 is 9. Or 4 minus 4, because remember there's going to be, 4 minus 4 is going to be, there's no 0. It just goes straight to the 9 in Vortex math. So yes, it's going to be as well. Plus 4, let's do it for completeness, like this. Plus 4 or minus 4. I just gave away the reasoning behind this. And this one here is going to be plus 1. Or minus 1, this side. And again, yeah, you could just do the 5s, the 7s. The 7 is the same as minus 2, and the 2 is just plus 2, like that. Or you could also do minus 7 if you look at negative numbers, and then it also gets to the 9. I mean, it wraps around. So if you have 2 minus 7, this equals to, well, yeah, which equals to negative 5. If you consider as a difference between 9, it's going to be 9. It's going to be 9 minus 5 is going to be 4. 5 equals 4, and so on. You do that, and I'll explain this later in the video. And then you get to this 4 right here. And you see that right here, so 8 minus 7, this equals to, this equals to 1. And it's the same thing as 8 plus 2 is going to be equal to, 10, which goes to 1. So yeah, same thing. So minus 7 plus 2, this one here, plus 7 minus 2, and so on. So yes. Let's keep going further. I'll explain this all in detail. Lastly, Rodin views the nature. You've used nature. You've used nature arbitrarily as contracting and expanding. So you have vortex in and vortex out. There's black hole, white hole, goes out, and so on. It cycles back in. So yes, this is all included in the vortex introduction. So nature is expressing herself with numbers. The symmetry of our decimal system is a principle of nature. The 9-axis causes the doubling circuit, and it is the point towards which matter converges and away from which it diverges or expands. Thus, the polar number pairs will be mirror images of each other, both flowing in opposite directions from the central axis. There is perfect symmetry wrapped around a single point, coiling outwards the way that petals are wrapped in a rose or a nautilus shell. Yeah, actually, I think it's pronounced a nautilus shell, just those spiral shells. Shell spirals outwards. And yeah, I just double checked with this pronouncing. But yeah. Anyways, so while interesting philosophical rhetoric, many questions arise regarding both the leaps Rodin makes in his conclusions and likely his agenda. In all honesty, this is a bit too much. Yeah, a bit too much and just out of place commentary on numbers and with nature. And so on. So let's go over further. So let's look at the fallacy of reification. So Marko Rodin, in every article and video he has ever produced, I've seen most of them, or pretty much all of them, turns the abstraction of numbers into concrete physical reality. In other words, reifies numbers. The mainstream Wikipedia definition of reification is shown below. Reification, also known as concretism, hypostatization, or the fallacy of misplaced concreteness, is a fallacy of ambiguity when an abstraction or abstract belief or hypothetical construct is treated as if it were a real event or physical entity. In other words, it is the error of treating something that is not concrete, such as an idea, as a concrete thing. A common case of reification is a confusion of a model with reality. The map is not the territory. So Rodin perfectly exemplifies this fallacy in his following sentence: physics is the base 10 number system. That is, again, ambiguous, and it's it's abstract just abstract thinking that's making it concrete. How can someone say physics is the base 10 number system? This is just a abstract idea, and then this is physics. Even physics is abstract when formulating it towards nature. But anyways. Alright, going further, I just added this pretty interesting, it's a very interesting, good philosophical example of reification is in mistaking one's name, occupation, personality, hobbies, etc. with who they actually are. Who are you? Not what's your name or what you do. That's a grand question to ask. And it is going further. So grand Coil claims, beyond just reifying math and claiming that the number 9 is divine, the main claim is in regards to boosting electromagnetic coils' efficiency and capabilities by simply changing the geometry. So here's from another link on that website, so computer processors and operating systems. Yeah, so the Rodin solution enables Marko Rodin to design circuitry for computer microprocessors that have no waste heat and thus require no refrigeration or heat sink, eliminating all friction, resistance, and parasitics. This is possible because Rodin knows the natural pathways that electricity wants to take without forcing it, scientifically known as the longest mean free pathway of least resistance. Rodin has discovered the source of the non-decaying spin of the electron. Rodin uses electricity's own magnetic field to bathe conductors in a magnetic wind to maintain constant temperature without any risk of short-circuiting or incinerating conductors. So here's a winding in the supposed Vortex coil design. So it's basically saying that setting it up in that Vortex coil design gets some superconducting coil somehow. So going further, so more claims. Marko even makes claims of space travel and cancer treatment, and with the help of an also defunct website /company NASA-Inc. Hashtag interesting name. So interesting. Let's just read this here. So it also archives a PDF of it on his website that's no longer existing. So NASA-Inc. North American Sales and Advertising Inc. So Marko Rodin-devices, also markorodin.com. I think that just redirects to his YouTube channel now. Again, this is all from 2000. This is date archive 2013, but this is from 2000. I think the link's on there, 2009 or so, or somewhat. So going further, so these are the claims. Yeah, so space travel, vertical lift craft. Space travel will be revolutionized by reactionless drives, flush thruster atom pulsar that are unaffected by the weight they pull, making the present day combustion rocket engine obsolete. Benefit can transport satellites and there's an extra space there. Anyways, the grammar is a bit off. Anyways, can transport satellites and astronauts into space inexpensively without creating any pollution and make mankind intergalactic. So he has design and proof of concept, require engineering or prototype, cancer treatment, new improved devices. Life-saving medical devices based on the Rodin Coil torus are currently being manufactured. Where? Are currently being manufactured and used in the treatment of cancer patients. Have design, requires engineering. And so that's it for this introduction on this. Interesting, I could have gone many hours with this many defunct websites, and also other proponents of Vortex math that are also push in my opinion, absolutely ridiculous claims, because and it's not even because the claims are far-fetched, it's because there's no backing to it. The actual Vortex math, interesting, but then there's a big jump to stuff that there's no connection. There's no connection stated or explained. So anyways, we'll maybe discuss those in a future video. And especially because if you've been watching my channel for long enough, you'll realize that my view is that space travel, cancer treatment, or cures, etc., those are all real. But these claims as to the Vortex math and it is a bit out there. Alright, so now that I've covered over the introduction, which involved very little mathematics, and basically just jumps to the claims, and I've seen a lot of Vortex math videos, but very few have actually even bothered to try to dissect the causation of the patterns, as opposed to just get some patterns in, and then all of a sudden some pretty far-fetched claims.